Welcome back to Washington State. We're no longer in Seattle. We're actually on the southwestern corner of the state right now in Greyland, Washington. About 20-25 miles due south of us is the border with Oregon. We're here because the Greyland Open is here, a free ride competition happening right there in the Pacific Ocean. Started in 2009, there are amateurs and pro riders competing here. Basically, it's a cross between motocross and surfing. It's all very well organized, though if you were here in year one, it would have looked rather different.
First year we had like 18 competitors. I mean, we had milk crates and coolers for a podium, and we had like some janky banners that I had made that were really bad, and it was just for fun.
It's come a long way since then. A second event in Oregon launched around the same time, giving the sport its first foothold in America.
Back when we started it, the stuff that people are doing now, nobody was doing it. Like, nobody. So this event and Surf Slam literally have built the sport in this nation. It didn't really exist before. There was places that you could go and compete around the world on the IFWA tour, but there wasn't a USA stop until 2009.
Admittedly, the backdrop this year isn't quite what you'd hope for, but it's still a great time. This event happens the second weekend of August, and even though that's the height of summer, and we're in Washington State, which should be nice and warm and sunny, as you can see by my jacket and my hoodie, it's a little chilly, and the backdrop is fitting for a place called Greyland. It is very gray, but it is a lot of fun. It's free to come and check it out. If you're here, come drive right out to the beach. Everyone's super friendly, and the action is absolutely incredible, especially what the pro riders are capable of doing.
A floating circus is what I sort of view us as.
Austin Farr has been riding for a long time, but only competing for a few years. He's already a legend, at least in name.
My nickname is Sex Panther. Well, there's an Anchorman joke with a cologne that stinks very badly, known as Sex Panther, that works 60% of the time, every time. And I had a jet ski that was very unreliable, and we thought it would be funny to put Sex Panther on my jet ski at the sprint boat race while all the boats had cool names like Wicked and Sinister, and I thought, Sex Panther, because I was putting a starter in my ski while everyone else was putting numbers on theirs.
No one told him that naming your ride was only done inland, not on the coast.
I took Sex Panther then from this race where it was very funny to the ocean, not knowing that the surf riders put their names on their handle poles, and Sex Panther was labeled on its handle pole. So when I dropped Sex Panther off next to all of the pro skis, they just assumed that my name was Sex Panther, and they didn't even know my name for 2 years. It was just, I was Sex Panther, so here I am.
He first came out to watch and says no one should feel intimidated about checking it out themselves.
There's 50 miles of beach here, and we're only taking up a quarter mile of it or so. So if you want to just come out and experience the peace of nature and then stop by and see a floating circus.
One with strict judging criteria. Half of the score is from tricks and half is from wave riding technique. All the fun had is just a bonus.
We got PowerBoat Television in the house, been film, boys. Look at the camera quickly.
At the end of the timed run, the lollipop is turned, since you're unlikely to hear the horn over the crashing waves.
Normally, I guess I would say my barrel rolls, like no-handers barrel rolls, and then just point-back barrel rolls are kind of what I do more often, and so that's kind of, I guess, my signature. But so yeah, just mainly those, and then I do like these corkscrew 360 deals that are kind of different. So.
Demi Morgan is one of the top competitors, even though she's technically still in the amateur class. She says this sport as a whole is very unique.
Yeah, the no women's bracket, that's totally different than most sports versus having different brackets. We're kind of just co-ed. You just go at it with whoever, and it doesn't really matter.
Just a kid when the event began, she's now on the cusp of turning pro. But even climbing the rankings quickly and being a fierce rider, at the end of the day, she says it's all about unity.
You're competing with your friends, and we're all one big family, so the camaraderie of it is different from any other sport. Everyone's just here to have a good time and here to root each other on and just send it kind of out in the water.
A free event with friendly people that takes place on a massive beach is hard to beat. And it's definitely worth checking out if you find yourself in Washington State. And even if you're a newbie like me, you're instantly welcome into the community.
I'm here for the PowerBoat Television. He's here for the party. Where is the party? There's a party happening somewhere. We heard you were the party. Well, yes, I am a mobile party unto myself. Tickets available later.